sunshine. The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, one website, summitcitysports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and summitcitysports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Oh. Two. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion, introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. You know, they might see a number and say, wow, you know, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, you know, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Hudson Athletic Center. Well, this is game number 1 of our Crossroads League doubleheader, featuring your number 26 ranked University of St. Francis Lady Cougars hosting the Mount Vernon Nazarene University Lady Cougars out of Ohio. We're going to read from our game day program put together by Sports Information Director Bill Scott. Both USF and Mount Vernon Nazarene shooting for return to the win column. Two teams looking to get back in the win column collide today when number 26 ranked University of St. Francis welcomes the Ohio Cougars. Mount Vernon Nazarene University played today at Hutzel Athletic Center in the second meeting of the season. MVNU won the first meeting 62-58 on January the 6th by outscoring USF 23-9 in the fourth quarter. USF is trying to bounce back from a 69-51 loss at 5th-ranked Marion on Wednesday night. MVNU has dropped 3 consecutive games, most recently a 70-62 decision at Grace on Wednesday night, despite an 18-point game from Natalie Carpenter and a Taylor Gregory double-double, 14 points and 14 rebounds. The Lady Cougars only trailed 31-30 at halftime at MU, but the Knights unleashed a 22-5 third quarter on USF to take control and sweep the regular season series. USF is 10-2 at the Hutzel Athletic Center and has won 7 of its last 8 home games, but both losses were to CL competition. Mount Vernon Nazarene is 5-5 in away games overall, 2-3 in Crossroads League competition. Grace outscored Mount Vernon Naz 26-14 in the fourth quarter, wiping out a 48-44 Mount Vernon Nazarene lead after 3 quarters. In the MVNU win on January the 6th, the Cougars won its 6th game in which they trailed entering the fourth quarter. Gregory led MVNU scoring with 18 points, while Kara Gurka finished with 24 for the then ranked 20th ranked Lady Cougars. Folks, we're going to send it down for our PA announcer for the starting lineup and national anthem.
words of St. Francis, enlighten the darkness of our minds and our hearts. Give us a right faith, a firm hope, and a perfect charity, so that we may always and in all things act according to your holy will. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem by the Cougar Marching Cry.
And there we have it, folks, starting lineups for today's first game of the Crossroads League doubleheader between St. Francis and Mount Vernon out of Mount Vernon, Ohio. My name is Jeff Mahoney, bringing you the play-by-play for today's game. And on the camera is Sean Boswell, who's fresh off a 24-13 win over Reinhardt University on December the 16th for the Cougars' back-to-back national championship in NAIA football. We're here with the Lady Cougars looking to get back in the win column. St. Francis had won 3 games in a row before meeting up with Marion on Wednesday, as that was Lindley Kistler along with number 34, Taylor Gregory. Look for both of those players to do a lot of scoring in today's action. And right there, folks, you're seeing a matchup of 2 of the top young point guards in the Crossroads League. And sophomore Danny Ellerbrock, she is 5'6" tall from Ottawa, Ohio. And of course, number 20, Savannah Buck, the sophomore, 5'6" from Fort Wayne, Indiana, Homestead High School. The Lady Spartans, they are a powerhouse here in the state of Indiana in the Class 4A. Won the state championship a year ago. Step back jumper by Ellerbrock, way off the mark there as she left rims no good. Buck being walled off by Natalie Carpenter. Carpenter is the leading scorer for Mount Vernon Naz. Ellerbrock is guarding Josie Murphy. Danny Ellebrock last year was named to the all-freshman team. She, along with Kara Gurka and Lauren McBriar from St. Francis. Kara Gurka was second team All-Crossroads League a year ago, and Lauren McBriar was honorable mention. But Danny Ellebrock was the only player besides Megan Beidelman from last year's MVNU team to be mentioned in the All-Crossroads League Awards. That's number 15, Cassidy Kane. She's a junior forward from Covington, Ohio. Gregory, and possession will stay with Mount Vernon Naz, as we are 1 minute and 11 seconds into this first quarter. 18 seconds on the shot clock. With the inbounds there is Kane. Kane gets it into Gregory. Excuse me, that was Natalie Carpenter. 3-point attempt left short. Long rebound by Josie Murphy. She and Savannah Buck got to that ball at the same time. Chandler Jones. Jones backing down, having no problem backing down Rachel Perry as Chandler Jones gets the first bucket of the game for St. Francis. Pressure in the backcourt there by the Cougars as Buck went for that steal. Ellebrock, left-hand dribble drive. Ball makes its way to the corner, and that's Kane. Kane from 17 feet finds Gregory for three, and that's an air ball attempt too long. Gregory, entering today's game, is a 35% three-point shooter, and she averages 11.3 points per game. Gurka for three. She's one of the best, as that was just left short. Loose ball picked up by Ellebrock, and that'll be last touch by Murphy. So Danny Ellebrock and the Ohio Cougars will get the ball with 26 seconds on the shot clock. And a turnover by MVNU. Ellebrock was expecting Gregory to head down the floor. For MVNU, that is their first turnover. Buck gets it into Jones. Lindley Kistler playing in her fourth game now as a Lady Cougar. She has been fantastic. She's the second leading scorer on the team, averaging 14 points per game. Jump stop by Murphy, no good. Rebounded by Gurka. Gurka grabbed that board in between three Ohio Cougars. Tip out by Jones is picked up and taken by Buck. Boy, you got to have your head on a swivel when Savannah Buck's on the floor. Savannah's going to be called with the foul. Obviously, she does not agree. 7:23 left here in the first. Ellebrock over the timeline. Gregory, got to travel there, the double dribble. Gregory, a freshman, 6'2", and she's from Mount Vernon High School out of Mount Vernon, Ohio. What a pickup for MVNU and Taylor Gregory, the true freshman. You can expect her to be on the all-freshman Crossroads League team, folks. I do believe that she will also most likely be a third teamer, possibly. As the three-pointer is good by Kara Gurka. She's now 1 of 2 from three-point land. St. Francis up by 5. Pressure in the backcourt. As the ball makes its way up to Carpenter. Ellebrock, Gregory, Carpenter. Carpenter with the right-handed take is no good. Rebounded by Jones. Rachel Perry was just a little bit late to catch up to that rebound. Kistler. Her pass, that's a kick. Kick goes against Kane. Checking in for MVNU is Sophie Kennard, a senior. In for St. Francis is number 5, Sydney Crow, along with Emma Applegate. It's Crow with the inbounds pass. Sydney Crow does have 13 games started under her belt. It's just been recently when she's been taken out of the starting lineup. Left-hand take by Buck. Nice kick out as Crow drives with the left hand off glass. Beautiful scoop shot there by Sydney Crow. Her first 2 points of the game. And we are rolling here at the Hut with St. Francis up 7-0. Ellebrock finds Kennard. Over to Carpenter. Kane. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Perry, good feed. Kennard, three-point attempt is good. Excuse me, that was Natalie Carpenter. Carpenter gets the scoring started for MVNU with the triple. Her team down by 4. Applegate backing down from the elbow. It's Jones over to Crow. Sydney Crow averaging 8.2 points per game entering today's contest. Foul's going to go against number 2, a slap on the arm. That's Rachel Perry. Rachel, that's her first, team's first. Buck lobs it into Gurka. Gurka driving from the top of the key. Kane's got the defense on Gurka. Now Jones is left all alone, met on the low post by Kane. Cassidy Kane going to pick up her first foul. It'll be MVNU's second. So Chandler Jones at the free throw line on the season. She's a 35% free throw shooter, hitting 19 of 55. And the first one is good. So checking in for Perry will be number 5, Madison Neer, a sophomore from Apple Creek, Ohio. Went to Waynedale High School. Second one's no good. Nice attempt there by Sydney Crow, and they're going to call that off of MVNU. So good hustle play there by Sydney Crow. Folks, just in case you're wondering, as Savannah Buck, that one went off the backboard. You never see that from Savannah. So once again, this time it's going to be Kane with the inbounds. Folks, we have the same referees here that we had for the Huntington game. So take that for what it is. Kennard dribbles back. Carpenter, crossover, contested, had that shot blocked by Jones. Chandler Jones, one of the better defensive players for St. Francis. She will check out. Into the game is Lindley Kistler, number 24. Lady Cougars shooting 43% from the field. Mount Vernon Naz at 20% early on in this one. Ellerbrock step back triple. That was left short. Buck. Emma Applegate down low. Left-handed hook shot is good. Nice strong take by Emma Applegate. Emma averages 5.1 points per game entering today's contest. And they're going to call a foul there. I believe that's going to go on Emma, number 30. Let's take another look at that one as Josie Murphy is set to check in for St. Francis. One more time. Ellerbrock. And that pass was intended for Kane in the corner. The turnover here by MVNU. Crow. Kistler gets it down into Gurka. Murphy now out of the corner, three-pointer. That one not going to rim in, rebounded by Neer. Pushing it is Carpenter, looked at the triple. MVNU, once again, losers of 3 straight. That's after winning 3 straight. Ellerbrock with the circus shot, right-handed hook is good. That's her first 2 points of the game. She is now 1 of 3 from the field. Ellerbrock entering today, averaging 6.3 points per game. Carpenter with the steal and has that shot blocked by Kara Gurka. Beautiful timing by the sophomore Gurka. Chandler Jones checking back in, and Gregory back in for MVNU as Neer takes a breather. So too does Applegate for St. Francis. Gregory, 0 points in this one. Ellerbrock's being guarded by Jones out there on the wing. Good strong take by Kennard, could not finish. Good rebound by Kistler. Murphy, bounce pass goes into Gurka. Great job getting the separation by Kara Gurka. Finishes with the right hand. She is a technician down on the block. She also is shooting 48% from beyond the arc, which ranks her number 10 in the country. So that's Kara Gurka. Really, we got travel called on Carpenter. Gurka really reminds me of Bryce Linup, the two-time All-American, soon to be three-time All-American for Chad Lacrosse and the men's team, just with how savvy she is down on the block and is able to finish. But the fact that she can take it beyond the arc and knock down those triples, well, coach doesn't even really let Bryce Linup shoot any threes. Crow for three, near wing, no good. Good rebound by Gurka. Not sure that anybody works harder on the floor than Kara Gurka. You can see how intense a competitor she is. As Kistler threw that up with the left hand, rebounded by Gregory. Ellerbrock, good hustle back on defense by Sydney Crow, as it looked like MVNU might have numbers for a second. That shot left short by Kennard. Crow. Nice feed down low to Gurka, who gets right past Kane. Kara Gurka putting on a clinic here, now has 6. Ellerbrock is going to be called with the travel. Just lost her pivot foot on that pump fake. Savannah Buck is in for Kara Gurka. Saw Savannah talking with Lindley Kistler there. They went to high school together. Lindley's first year out of college, she spent at IPFW, then transferred over here to St. Francis. Best decisions of her life. Buck, that's number 35 for the Cougars, Alexis Thorban. Got a zone defense being played by MVNU right now, as the triple is good for Savannah Buck, her first 3 points of the game. So we got a timeout here going to be taken by MVNU, and that's a 30-second timeout. Let's take another look here, folks, at Kara Gurka and why she was named the Freshman of the Year last year. That's a great takeaway and a good job of not carrying the ball by Carpenter, but you saw how patient Gurka was down there. Set her up with the huge swat. Another replay for you. This one's going to take a while. It's Murphy bringing it up. Josie here in her junior year having a great season. Nice fire down to the block as Gurka. Wow, did she get past Kane? That was no problem right there for Kara Gurka. Skated right past Cassidy to where it was nothing but she in the cup. So she's so quick on the block, has that very quick first take. That's Kara Gurka. Ellerbrock with the ball. Just 1:25 left to play here in the first quarter. 12-point advantage for St. Francis. Nice tie-up, Sydney Crow. So a jump ball possession arrow is in favor of St. Francis. Sydney Crow's a true freshman for the Lady Cougars. Sydney is from Whiteland High School out of Greenwood, Indiana. We had a great running back from Whiteland High School, and that was Aaron Harris, Whiteland High School. Aaron graduated last year with a national championship ring under his belt. Foul's going to go against Rachel Perry, the freshman. So MVNU does have a strong young team here. I should say a strong young nucleus with Perry, Ellerbrock, and Gregory. Of course, St. Francis has outstanding freshmen and sophomores. Lauren McBriar not playing this year. She's got a medical red shirt. She will be a sophomore next year. She was all Crossroads League honorable mention last year as a true freshman. Second three-point attempt by Buck is nothing but the bottom of the net. And Bien here at the hut for Savannah Buck. Savannah, when she catches fire, this team wins. when she's shooting at a high clip from beyond the arc, and it's pretty much all she does, she exerts a lot of energy. Another block by Chandler Jones. That was picked up by Kane, but a foul going to be called on the Lady Cougars of St. Francis. And it goes against Savannah Buck. That'll be her second, team's third. Savannah currently ranks number 30 in the country with 86 assists under her belt. She averages 3.7 per game. Gurkha's going to check back in for Savannah. Don't want Savannah getting a cheap foul here with 34.6 remaining in the first quarter. With the inbounds pass, it gets into Ellerbrock. Danny, that was left hand taking a beautiful find to Gregory, but she's going to travel. Happy feet for Taylor Gregory. Down on the block, leads to another MVNU turnover. That's their fourth turnover of the first quarter. Crow, backcourt pressure as Gregory got a hand on that one. Thorbon's got 3 seconds. Good job of breaking that press as she got it up to Murphy. Ellerbrock looking for the steal. Ellerbrock got the long arms. 3-point attempt by Gurkha, rattles in. Kara Gurkha now with 10 points here in the first quarter as the Cougars are rolling up 23-5. Folks, we'll take a break up here in the booth. You're watching Lady Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, the exclusive sports medicine provider for your Cougs.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Welcome back, everybody, as St. Francis is up 23-5 here with the start of the second quarter. Ellerbrock to Carpenter, and another travel. MVNU cannot escape it right now. That's their 5th turnover of the game. That's Crow running the point with Savannah Buck starting the second quarter on the bench for Coach Jason Ridge. Kistler. Bounce pass goes into Gurkha. Splits defenders, gets the bucket, looking for the and one. Kara Gurkha now with 12. Once again, Gurkha just a technician for St. Francis. Gurkha a high percentage free throw shooter as well. 2 defenders, she splits them. Hits the free throw, so she now has 13 points. Kara entering today a 77% free throw shooter. Lady Cougars up 26-5, 30 seconds into the second. Ellerbrock off the heel, no good. Ellerbrock's shot looking a little bit flat here in this contest. Murphy, left hand take. She's going to stay with the left. Double team, finds Gurkha on the wing. Kistler can definitely hit the triple. From 24 feet, no good. Out on Ellerbrock. Whoa, and we will get this reversed as there was not a USF basketball player in sight over there on that Out of bounds. They will overturn it. I don't think we need to see a replay of that. Crow, and we got a foul going to be called on number 21. Kara Gurka called her with an elbow, trying to get position. So an offensive foul. That'll be St. Francis first. Cougars currently up by 21 points early in the second quarter. That's number 25, Elizabeth Fee. Ellerbrock, good bounce pass to Gregory, who fights through the contact. Kara Gurka leading all scorers right now with 13. Carpenter leads MVNU with 3, and that was from her only three-pointer. Nice play by Carpenter, knocking that one away from Gurka. Carpenter's got 2 steals. Shayna Temple's going to check out into the game, or excuse me, going to check in for Sydney Crow. Gurka finds Temple. Shayna Temple, another hard-nosed player. Got to be to keep up with the starting lineup in practice. Makes all the reserves that much better. Murphy, and the putback by Temple's no good. Nearly got a second offensive rebound, but that's a tie-up. Eight minutes left to play in the second. 26-7 is your score. Carpenter for 3. Looking for number 2. No good. Nice rebound by Gregory, and she's fouled. Exciting day here in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Carroll High School is hosting the Carroll Wrestling Sectional. New Haven hosting the New Haven Wrestling Sectional. So wrestling already into postseason action. Girls basketball, high school basketball starts their sectional play here in the state of Indiana this coming weekend. Or next week, I should say. First game's on Tuesday. Bethel over at Indiana Wesleyan is part of a doubleheader. It's one thing the Crossroads League is doing is more doubleheaders, and it's phenomenal. Another foul called on St. Francis on Gurka. That'll be her second, team's third. It's at the free throw line is Elizabeth Fee. So Thorbon's going to come back into the game for Kara Gurka. Second one is good. So Fee entering today a 54% free throw shooter, hitting 14 of 26. Now has 1 point in this one as her team is within 18 points. Nice find to Emma Applegate down low. Nobody home. Applegate, an easy do. She now has 4. Ellerbrock, Fee. Temple's got the defense on the sophomore Ellerbrock. Her pass swatted by Applegate. 15 seconds on the shot clock. See a lot of the athletic point guards do that, where they'll let their momentum take them out of bounds, jump in the air, give them a little bit more separation so they can make that baseline pass. Gregory, no good. Lots of contact on the block as the elbow jumper is good by Ellerbrock. Murphy skates right past Ellerbrock. Temple, and they're going to call it Shayna with the travel. Just quick to pick up that pivot foot. Got to get the ball down on the floor a little bit quicker. Ellerbrock. Got Sophie Kennard. And Carpenter, another three-point attempt. She's now 2 of 3 from three-point land. She's got 6 points. As Josie Murphy once again right past Ellerbrock. Lindley Kistler still looking for her first 2 points of the game. Lindley 0 of 2 from the field. Applegate, a long three-pointer. That one from about 27 feet. Carpenter's going to pull back. Ellerbrock's a wide open three-pointer, and that one is good. So she's now 1 of 2 from three-point land with 7 points. She's MVNU's leading scorer. Now a forced pass into Emma Applegate. It's taken away by Gregory. Ellerbrock finds a wide open Kennard. Now Carpenter finds Ellerbrock. Good bounce pass there by Carpenter. Fee cannot finish. Elizabeth Fee got a good look there from about 3 feet. MVNU really needed that bucket. 30-second timeout going to be called by Coach Jason Ridge. Once again, how about Josie Murphy here? Josie can run the point. Savannah, Sydney Crow, your 3 St. Francis Cougars, or Kara Gurkin can easily do it as well. So Sydney able to break that press there, but so much attention was paid to her that Applegate was left all alone on the block. I mean, that pass right there, that's a good 30-yarder. I think Nick Ferreira, the quarterback for St. Francis, would be very, very happy as Josie Murphy fired that ball in there to Emma Applegate, and it certainly was a rocket. So Cassidy Kane's back into the game for MVNU, number 15. Temple gets it back for St. Francis. Temple going the other way of Carpenter. Looks like a man defense now for MVNU as Temple, I love that. She had her eyes fixed on Murphy, then at the last second went up to the cup. Crow set to check back in. Fee. Elizabeth is swatted. She tried to go up with the left hand. That was Temple with the strong take. Crow into the game for Shayna Temple. .505 left to play here in the second quarter. In your Crossroads League doubleheader here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. Mount Vernon Nazarene is coached by Amanda Short. She's a 2009 graduate from Trinity Christian out of Illinois, the Trolls. She's in her 3rd season. The Trinity Christian Trolls. They got a cool looking mascot. 4:58 left to play here in the second. 28-16 is your score. St. Francis not faring as well as they did in the first quarter. St. Francis winning the first quarter 23-5, losing the second here 11-5. Foul's going to be called on Crow. And that's pretty much been the biggest difference, was the number of fouls called. A lot of turnovers called on MVNU. Must have been about 3 or 4 travels there in the first quarter. Fee, inbounds pass, goes to Carpenter and has it blocked by Chandler Jones. Like Coach Ridge said, that's what makes Chandler Jones such a valuable player, is the fact that she can guard anybody on the floor. She's uber athletic, and Chandler is listed at 5 feet 11 inches. Ellerbrock, tight defense on Murphy once again, as that ball went right through the fingertips of Applegate. Crow right there. About 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Feed into Jones. Goes up with the left, no good. Ellerbrock right in position. Jones looked like she banged knees. She's down on the floor. And we're going to have an injury timeout. Timeout called by so that's strange because the ref pointed at Coach Ridge like he called the timeout, but possession was with MVNU. So it's got to be an official's timeout. Chandler Jones going to leave the floor, but man, if I'm Coach Short, I'm not too happy. Carpenter gets it into Ellerbrock. 4:10 left here in the second quarter. Crossover, Fee, that's number 1. Nora Hopkins. Foul goes against number 15, Cassidy Kane. That'll be her second. Third for the Ohio Cougars. Whitney Will going to check in for St. Francis. Another freshman. She's in for freshman Emma Applegate. Thorban, a freshman with the inbounds. Cassidy Kane going to check out. In for her is number 22, Sierra Basista, who is a senior. Seniors coming off the bench here for MVNU with these talented freshmen that they were able to bring in. That being said, Gregory, 1 of 4 from the field with 2 points. That's Deja Hinton. Left hand take, wide open is Murphy out of the corner. You pass up good shots for great shots. Deflection off St. Francis. The inbounds pass for MVNU will be number 1, Nora Hopkins, a freshman from Avon, Ohio. Elria Catholic High School. Ellerbrock, 3-point attempt, no good. Is it front rim? No good. That was 22, Basista. Whitney Will. Hinton. Deja working off that pick by Thorban. Deja, that one just left short. Elizabeth Fee, near carry there by Fee. Has her pass intercepted by Hinton. And Hinton has it taken away from behind. Lots of contact in this game. The refs are letting them play just a tad. Fee. Nice stop and pop there by Elizabeth Fee. That's her first bucket from the field. She's got 3. Crow. It's going to be fouled on the floor. It's going to go against Hopkins, number 1, numero 1. Gregory's going to check in for Elizabeth Fee. MVNU is currently tied with St. Francis for 5th place in the Crossroads League. Both teams with identical records, 14-9 overall, 6-5 in conference play. As Thorban was able to keep her left pivot foot down. Murphy, 3-point attempt, no good. Thorban with the rebound. And put back, no good. Good job of holding her ground there by Perry. Perry was straight up, so no foul called. Now Ellerbrock on the block. Nice dart. Good darting move by the sophomore, number 12. Ellerbrock now has 9. Her team pulls within 8, 28-20. Deja just doing a good job of kicking, driving and kicking. As Crow's going to be fouled. Sydney heading to the floor. Foul goes on number 22, Basista. Basista's also from Mount Vernon High School. Close to Columbus, Ohio. Good area. Lindley Kistler is going to check in for Thorban. Sydney Crow entering today's game is a 62% free throw shooter, hitting 28 of 45. Second one is good. Once again, St. Francis had won 3 in a row before traveling to Marion University this past Wednesday, losing at 69-51. St. Francis in that game shooting under 40% from the field. As the long two-pointer is good for Ellerbrock, who's got 11. Crow is looking for the drive. Lindley over to Hinton. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Kistler had to fight through the double team. Good tap out. That was Basista, number 22. Now Carpenter in transition does finish. Good hustle play there by Natalie Carpenter. As Crow's going to get into Will. Murphy and up to Kistler. St. Francis really pushing it there to break that press. Good passing. Coach Ridge's team's always been very good passers. As Ella Brock got her hand in there and got the steal. Was able to poke it away. Now Carpenter could not finish that time. As Murphy comes up with it. Carpenter, though, has done a good job here in the first half of finishing on those fast breaks. Murphy. It's not an easy go-around with Ella Brock. Savannah Bucks pretty much sat out this whole, I believe the whole second quarter here with the 2 fouls. Kara Gurka is going to check in along with Savannah Buck. Savannah checks back in. She's 2 of 2 from beyond the arc with 6 points and 2 assists and 1 rebound. Filling it up like she normally does. That's a steal by Hopkins, and she is fouled. Kistler just got a little bit of the arm there. Thought she was going to get all ball. Didn't happen. So Nora Hopkins, this is her 3rd free throw attempt on the season. And she's 1 of 3, shooting 33% on the year. Nora is a freshman once again. Her 4th free throw is good, so now she's back to 50%. Savannah gets it up to Kistler. No good. MVNU pulls to within 5, though. A strong second quarter there by the Ohio Cougars. Folks, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and I'll be back with you in the with about 4 minutes left to go, and we will go over some of the halftime stats. You're watching Lady Cougar Basketball, brought to you by Fort Financial Credit Union. And that's the Cougar Pride.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Friday Night Lights. Fort Wayne football from the comfort of your own home, or when you're on the go. The same night the pigskin touches the end zone, or is stopped dead in its tracks. 10 teams, 5 games, 1 website, SummitCitySports.com. Live stream high school games, score updates, and news hub for all Fort Wayne area athletics. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and SummitCitySports.com.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics. The industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, Our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana with our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, offering direct access to physicians and Saturday morning clinics that are convenient for you. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Oh. Oh. Yes. 2. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. Our elite team of experts in orthopedic surgery, athletic rehabilitation, nutrition, and sports performance coordinate your care all along the way. Parkview Sports Medicine, game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
While the expansion of the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse is enhancing the experience for athletes around the area, Parkview Sports Medicine is doing the same inside of the expansion, introducing the brand new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic, providing immediate access to the entire PSM team for athletes all around the region.
We have this team that we can take care of them from the moment they come in, present with their injury, take them all the way through to the point where they're ready to be back to the performance level that they came in pre-injury. We can provide just about anything that any of your walk-in clinics provide, but we definitely focus on musculoskeletal issues.
The Ortho Express Clinic meets athletes where they're at and when they're playing. The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. They might see a number and say, wow, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express Clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
This is the type of facility you see in professional and in high-level Division I athletics, where you have everything right in one place. So if an athlete gets hurt playing basketball or volleyball on the other side, within the same facility, they can get their physical therapy or an x-ray if needed, just to rule out a fracture. That's stuff you hear about in the NFL, stuff you hear about at high-level colleges where kids just went downstairs and got an x-ray at halftime. We can actually do that in-house now. So it makes us kind of a state-of-the-art, unique facility.
Pilates therapy is using the Pilates technique in a therapeutic way. Pilates itself is just using, we would use equipment, Pilates equipment, to work on precise movement patterns in the Pilates method in that rehabilitation process. The benefit of doing Pilates with the therapy, the biggest benefit is to work on smaller muscle groups and precise movement patterns that you're going to get with using the Pilates method. In this method, if you just come in with low back pain, or you have some shoulder pain, or you have some other pains that aren't surgically repaired, the Pilates method is very effective in utilizing those smaller muscle groups that are attached from the core into the shoulders or to the hips to strengthen from the inside out. It very much works posture. In this day and age, posture is a huge thing with people, sitting at desks, keeping the head forward.
Anybody can benefit from Pilates. Definitely athletes, performers, dancers, gymnasts, but you also people, chronic pain, back pain, shoulder pain, teenagers, even women going through pregnancy or postpartum can also benefit from Pilates.
Pilates is for everyone, and including men, especially men. Men get tight as they age, decreasing flexibility in the hamstrings, in their spine. Now you have many professional athletes doing Pilates, LeBron James, Jake Arrieta, Antonio Brown, and they're finding the benefits of getting the elongation of the muscles and the strengthening and the balance and the control that helps them during their sport. And we are the only clinic in Fort Wayne that services both physical therapy and Pilates at the same time, that you can get a Pilates-based rehabilitation.
If you're an athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center, where you're looking at the national championship banners. The first one from 2010. The men's basketball team winning the first ever team national championship here at St. Francis. Then in 2014, the women's basketball team going 38-0, winning the title. Not too many teams have finished off the perfect season, even though the Cougar football team did it this year, going 14-0. Cougar football team has now won 23 consecutive games. Let's go over some of the halftime stats for you here at the Hutzel Athletic Center, where St. Francis leads it 30-25. However, it was a tale of 2 totally different quarters. St. Francis came out and took a commanding 23-5 lead into the second quarter. MVNU in the second outscored St. Francis 20-7 and narrowed that deficit to just 5. Savannah Buck did have to sit out a lot of the second quarter. Matter of fact, Savannah Buck only played 6 minutes and 47 seconds in the first half, as in the first quarter she got her second foul and pretty much stayed on the bench all second quarter. She picked up her second foul with like 1 minute to go in the first quarter. So, your leading scorers for St. Francis, Kara Gurka with 13 points, Savannah Buck with 6, Chandler Jones with 3, Crow with 4, Emma Applegate with 4. Leading rebounder was Josie Murphy with 5 boards. She also had 3 assists. Gurka had 3 rebounds, and Chandler Jones had three rebounds. Sydney Crow had 2. St. Francis out-rebounded MVNU 20-18 in the first half. MVNU was led by Danny Ellerbrock with 11 points. She was 5 of 8 from the field and played all 20 minutes. She's the only player in this game that played all 20 minutes in the first half. Natalie Carpenter had 8 points. Taylor Gregory had 2. And Nora Hopkins had 1. Elizabeth Fee with 3 for MVNU. Leading MVNU in rebounding was Taylor Gregory. Carpenter and Ellerbrock each had 2 apiece. And Elizabeth Fee led MVNU with 4 rebounds. MVNU in the first half shot 35% from the field on 10 of 29 shooting, 27% from beyond the arc on 3 of 11 shooting, and 50% from the free throw line, 2 of 4. St. Francis 11 of 28 from the field, 39%. It's usually not a good sign for the Lady Cougars when they shoot under 40% for a game. It's currently at 39.3%. From beyond the arc, 4 of 11, 36%, and 4 of 5 from the free throw line, shooting 80%, are the Lady Cougars of St. Francis. Folks, looking at the coaches' top 25 poll, Marian University, who is in first place in the Crossroads League with a 10-1 record. Their only loss on the season came against Indiana Wesleyan. They're ranked number 5 in the country. Concordia out of Nebraska is number 1. Southeastern out of Florida is number 2. College of the Ozarks number 3, and St. Xavier at number 4. Taylor University is ranked number 15, and Taylor is actually hosting Marian today. Indiana Wesleyan comes in at number 20. St. Francis is receiving votes. They're on the outside looking in, but they're in the 26th position. Taylor is losing to Marian. They are currently in the third quarter with 7 minutes to play. Taylor's losing 39-33, but playing tough with the Lady Knights. Zone defense, 2-3 to start this game by MVNU, and that's Gregory up top. Nice when you can have a big play up there and get their hands in the passing lane. Stolen by Gregory. Is she going to go coast to coast? Left-hand scoop shot is good. So Gregory gets the scoring started for MVNU right away. By right away, I mean 25 seconds in. Savannah, left-hand take. Good kick out to Lindley Kistler as that ball was kicked. Kistler in the first half was 0 of 3 from the field and did not score. And you hear the Lady Cougar, well, I should say the Cougar cheerleaders. It's a co-ed squad. Got to have a co-ed squad when you're as good as the Cougar cheerleaders are, as Kara Gurka gets her game high 15th point. Kara Gurka had 13 points for St. Francis in the first quarter, did not score in the second quarter. St. Francis as a whole only scored 7 points in the second. Three-pointer, Ellerbrock is good. So Danny Ellerbrock is now 2 of 3 from beyond the arc with 14 points. She's starting to heat up from the field. Jones takes herself through the baseline. Buck back to Kistler, catch and shoot for Lindley. Just left short, would not bound in. Murphy picks up the loose ball. Step back jumper is good for Josie Murphy. Created the separation she needed to get that 14-footer. And what do we got here? Gregory with the inbounds pass. 8:23 left to play in the third. Today's officials are Roger Marley, Rachel Rayford, and Jeff Nix. It's again the same crew that reffed up the Huntington loss for St. Francis. As the triple try is good for number 32, Natalie Carpenter. Carpenter is now 3 of 6 with 11 points from beyond the arc. She is 3 of 6. Jones, Savannah. And Kistler, the bounce pass was intended for Gurka, kicked out of bounds, so 7 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be reset to 15 on the kick. That's Savannah Buck on the trigger for St. Francis. Gets it into Jones. Gurka working off that pick set by Jones. Finds Murphy. A little bit of a lob pass right there. Allowed Ellerbrock to catch up. Savannah Buck. Ooh, that one halfway down, rims out. Savannah was a perfect 2 of 2 before that shot. Good offensive board for the Lady Cougars. St. Francis now with 7 offensive rebounds. Lindley Kistler for 3. Just a matter of time, folks, before Kistler knocks it down. St. Francis now up by 4, 37-33, and a foul is going to be called on Cassidy Kane. Nice sportsmanship there by number 15, Kane, as she helped up Kistler. Kane's body momentum just got away from her, as Sydney Crow is going to check in for Josie Murphy. Off the bench is Elizabeth Fee. .709 left here in the third quarter. St. Francis up 37-33. Backcourt pressure put on here by MVNU. We saw that in the second quarter. Worked to perfection for him. Kistler. Crow. Ellerbrock forcing Crow to the left. Ellerbrock and fierce competitor as Buck reigns at home. Savannah's third three-pointer of the game. She's got 9. Cougars extend that lead to 7 now. Savannah Buck obviously sitting out the second quarter was not good for St. Francis. But now the Cougars are starting to pick it up, extending that lead to that 5-point halftime lead, now to 7. On the block, Gregory, too big there. She's going to get that separation. That's a high percentage shot there for Taylor Gregory. We had a Tyler Gregory here at St. Francis. He was one heck of a baseball player, all Crossroads League performer. Had like 9 home runs his senior season. Three-pointer, Kistler, off glass, no good. Gregory with the board. Taylor Gregory is trailing on the play. Fee, crossover, was good help defense by Chandler Jones. Bounce pass is taken away by Chandler. Chandler Jones doing work here for St. Francis. Chandler top of the key. That ball intended for Gurka, taken away by MVNU. Now Ellerbrock looking for another triple try is good. Ellerbrock 3 of 4, she's got 17. Danny Ellerbrock really lightened up the scoring here as entering today's game. She's the team's third leading scorer. Nice save by Chandler Jones. Buck for 3, no doubt about it. Savannah back-to-back triples for your Cougs. Savannah Buck now with 12 points. She had 18 points against Indiana Wesleyan. You guessed it. All 6 were three-pointers. Foul's called on number 2. That's Rachel Perry. That's her third, team second. Inside 5 minutes to play. It's at 4:36 and counting, 43-38. This is a battle for 5th place. Both these teams coming in with identical 6-5 conference records. Good job by Gurka keeping that pivot foot. Foul's going to be called against Chandler Jones. It goes on 25. No, it goes on 34, Taylor Gregory. Gregory's first, team's third. So Chandler, first free throw attempt, no good. Chandler is now 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. Hopkins is going to check in for MVNU. So that's a 30-second timeout called there by MVNU coach Amanda Short. Her assistant coaches are Nathan Short, Reckley Ernie, and Natalie Thomas. Natalie Thomas was a player for Mount Vernon Naz. And once again, that's a Cougar Marching Pride you're listening to. Okay, the Cougar Marching Pride. Jones looking to get the second one in. No good. Chandler's going to stay with 3 points. It's rebounded by Crow with the left hand. Sydney Crow, contact on that shot as well. No foul called. And now Jones comes up with the steal. Chandler, a good find to Savannah Buck as she is hacked to the floor. That foul is going to go against Hopkins. Savannah entering today shooting 81% from the free throw line, hitting 17 of 21. Savannah currently with 12 points. She's got 3 assists and 1 rebound. Sophie Kennard now checking in for MVNU. Savannah going to stay with 12 points. Once again, shooting 80%, over 80% entering today, hitting 17 to 21. Ellerbrock, left-hand take, gets it over that timeline. Carpenter. Gregory back out. 3-point attempt by Kennard is good. Sophie Kennard, her first bucket of the game. Full court press being put on here by MVNU. Kistler comes up. She's being guarded by Gregory. Left-hand take by Sydney Crow was rejected there by Gregory. Jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Mount Vernon Naz. Carpenter back over to Kennard. Catches up to it with the left hand. Ellerbrock being guarded by Savannah Buck. That feed intended for Gregory, taken away by Sydney Crow. That's what got MVNU in trouble in the first quarter with the turnovers. And we got travel, I believe that's stepping on the sideline there by Savannah Buck. Can't really see that sideline here as it's covered up by the Lady Cougars. 2:57 left. Ellerbrock. Far wing. 3 off the heel, no good. We got a foul, loose ball foul called on Mount Vernon. That's going to go against Elizabeth Fee. Currently, Savannah Buck with 13 points. Kara Gurka with 15. That leads St. Francis. Danny Ellerbrock with 17 points. That leads all scorers. Lindley Kistler's first free throw is up and in. Kistler, perfect 1 of 1 from the free throw line with 4 points. Second one for Kistler, rims in. Lindley entering today 10 of 16 from the free throw line, shooting 63%. As Emma Applegate will check in for Kistler. Cougars putting on the pressure in the backcourt. Ellerbrock, long pass is taken away by Jones. Can't test Chandler Jones on the front court. Chandler Jones too long, too athletic, too fast. As Jones going to be fouled by Elizabeth Fee. Chandler still able to receive the pass. So Chandler Jones now at the free throw line. Cougars in the double bonus here. Really the bonus, you get 2 free throws, so there's not a double bonus in women's college basketball. First one's good for Jones. Chandler now 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Second one off the heel, rebounded by Gregory. 49-41. Cougars winning the third quarter so far over MVNU 18-16. Basista, Kennard, no good. Halfway down, popped out. That was Applegate with the rebound. Crow being guarded by Ellerbrock. Applegate, left hand, no good. Rebounded by Sierra Basista. Ellerbrock, that shot was blocked by Gurka. Good block by Kara. Kara trying to get ahead of Ellerbrock, could not do it. Jones, Savannah. As Gurka is matched up with Gregory. Man-to-man defense being played by MVNU. Ellerbrock was able to wall off Crow. Gurka for 3. That one was wide right. 1:12 left here in the third quarter. Fee. Lob pass intended for Gregory. I'm not even sure if Gregory saw that. Savannah Buck with a steal. Gurka now down low. No foul called on Ellerbrock as Gurka was able to finish for her 17th point of the game. That matches Ellerbrock with a game high. No travel as keeping the pivot foot was Elizabeth Fee. Gurka. Catch and drive. Gregory's going to pick up her second foul. Trying to force Gurka out of bounds. Kara back to the free throw line. She's a perfect 1 of 1 in this game. She's 7 of 10 from the field and 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. Also has 3 rebounds. And that basket is good. Kistler back into the game for Chandler Jones. Second free throw is good. Gurka now at the game high, 19 points. St. Francis now up by 10. It was a 5-point halftime lead. 3-pointers good by Basista. 17 seconds. Shot clock is off for St. Francis here in the waning seconds of the third quarter. The right-handed shot does fall for Kistler. She's fouled. Blocking foul called on Elizabeth Fee. Kistler at the free throw line where she's a perfect 2 of 2. She's got 7 points. Make it 8. 6 seconds left for MVNU. Basista's going to have to get a shot off from the elbow. Banks in. Wow. So St. Francis will take a 56-48 lead into the fourth quarter. You're watching Lady Cougar basketball here, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Athlete or the parent of one, you want to check out Parkview Sports Medicine. We serve every level of athlete with our sports nutritionist, our expert physicians at O&E, and the area's only specialized athletic rehab. To learn more, go to parkviewsportsmedicine.com and click on the Services tab. AWP Sports finds the athlete's purpose beyond athletics, the industry leader in sports performance for over 10 years in Northeast Indiana. You can find out more by clicking on the Services tab at the top of this page.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championship. Cougar Marching Pride. Welcome back, everyone. Special day here at St. Francis. Folks, we have a very special day coming up February the 10th. Just go to stfranciscougars.com and you'll want to register the kids for the basketball day here at St. Francis. Kara Gurka off glass. I believe it starts at 10 a.m. There will be activities for the kids. They get a t-shirt, and the best thing about it is it's free. They'll get tickets to the women's game against Indiana Wesleyan and the men's game against Wesleyan, the premier doubleheader in the Crossroads League. As Foul's going to go against Buck, I do believe. That'll be her third. No, it's on Josie Murphy, which is her first. 58-48 to score. But yeah, the kids get in free. There's going to be a full day of activities. You do not want to miss that February the 10th. And once again, you can find that at stfranciscougars.com. The kids just need to register. First 80 kids to register will be assured a spot. And you can always come the day of trying to register, as Josie Murphy called with the travel. Sydney Crow checks in for Murphy. St. Francis currently with 9 turnovers, MVNU with 9 as well. St. Francis with 4 blocks. Ohio Cougar has 1 block. Kennard, 3-pointer by Bautista, no good. Rebounded by Kissler. Jones, Crow. Nice find by Kara Gurka to Chandler Jones, who finishes. Chandler now with 6 points. Nice assist by Kara Gurka. Gurka in this game, that's her first assist. Natalie Carpenter. Kinda didn't see a whole lot of Natalie Carpenter in the third quarter. Nice drive off glass. She now has 13. Kissler. Lindley is fouled by number 33, Sophie Kennard. Kennard, that's her second, team's first. First free throw attempt by Kissler is up and in. So Lindley now with 7 points. Excuse me, she now has 9 points. As Kennard gets it over the timeline. Carpenter, top of the key. And another miscommunication there. Seen that a few times with Mount Vernon Naz. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Bautista working off that pick. Kennard, right-handed hook shot's no good. Rebounded by Crow. Kennard able to get that shot off right at the buzzer. Savannah, lob pass goes into Gurka. Gurka doing a good job of making sure that ball didn't get swiped away from her. Three-pointer by Crow, back rim no good. MVNU coming the other way, down by 11. Kane, Cassidy pulls up, 13-footers, no good, rebounded by Jones. And that loose ball, Coach Ridge not happy. Let's take a look, see what happened there, folks. So the jumper by Cassidy, no good. Savannah turned around and had an MVNU defender right in her face. And loose ball. Calling the timeout there was MVNU coach Amanda Shore. Coach Ridge was hoping that Sydney Crow would have realized that coming a little faster. Oh, there you have it, the GOAT. Sean Boswell's picking out one of the better football players to ever do it here at St. Francis. That's Seth Coate. Seth Coate's also a graduate of Homestead High School, same school as Lindley Kistler and Savannah Buck. But Seth Coate, last year at this time, was trying out for the Arizona Cardinals. He was in their rookie camp. Back here on campus, taking in some Lady Cougar basketball. Seth was also a phenomenal basketball player at Homestead High School and played with Biggie. Caleb Swanigan, who's now playing for the Portland Trailblazers. Yeah, he's actually with the Trailblazers G League team now. That's Seth Coate. Oh, Seth was good. He would definitely look to shoot second, but as far as defense and block shots and rebounding, they were not much better than Seth Coate. Euro step there by Carpenter. She's fouled though on the floor. Goes against 32, Jones. Basista gets it in. Gregory's gonna get the bucket. She's fouled. Foul's gonna go against Sydney Crow. Crow got popped in the nose, making sure there's no blood. Crow's a tough competitor, kind of got that mentality like a Savannah Buck. You get punched in the face, they're just not gonna let it take away from any of their minutes on the floor. That time a knee in the back by Gregory. Going after the loose ball, Gregory knees Crow in the back. So after she got popped in the nose by Gregory, she gets kneed in the back by Gregory. She might have a bruise. 6:58 left in the fourth. Full court press as Cougars, St. Francis had numbers there in the back court, front court. Lindley Kistler, strong take, switched to the right hand, got her own rebound. Buck left all alone as Ellerbrock was quick with the recovery defense. 9-point advantage for St. Francis, but we do have a turnover forced by Ellerbrock. Carpenter, 6:30 left to play. So far, St. Francis winning the quarter 6-5. Carpenter driving from the top of the key, no good. Gregory's putback's no good, rebounded by Jones. Jones jumping in there, taking it away from the Ohio Cougars. Murphy, Kistler. Kara, right hand take. I love it. Kara looking like a running back right there. Just kind of cradled the ball, put her head down, fought through the contact, looking to pop out for the lay-in, but this didn't fall that time. St. Francis currently shooting 46% from the field. MVNU shooting 47%. Got the air conditioner working up here in the crow's nest. As that three-pointer was tailing off to the right, Ellerbrock with the board. Murphy catches up with Ellerbrock. Uh-oh. Once again, a lot of passes that aren't being expected. Ellerbrock coughs that one up, but it was knocked away by St. Francis. So says the ref. I didn't see it either. I thought that was coughed up by Ellerbrock. Crow's going to check in. There's Coach Jason Ridge in his 3rd season with St. Francis. Kissler's going to check out of the game. Carpenter on the trigger. Gets him to Ellerbrock. Switching to the left hand was Carpenter. It's fouled by Murphy. Josie, that'll be her 2nd foul. Once again, our officials for today are Roger Marley, Rachel Rayford, and Jeff Nix. Carpenter at the free throw line. That's her first free throw of the game. She's 5 of 15 from the field. Entering today, she's the team's leading scorer. 5 of 15, shooting 33% from the field. Second one's good. (62-55) is your score. Murphy with the right hand take. Was walled off by Basistag, rebounded by Gregory. Murphy looking for the foul, none to be had. This has been a hard-fought game as the refs are letting them bang a little bit down on the block. Off glass. Ellerbrock with 19 points. That's the first time she's scored in a while. 4 points behind Gurka for a game high. Kara, nice take with the left hand and finishes. She'll head to the free throw line looking for the 3-point play. Kara back to the charity stripe. She's a perfect 3 of 3. I meant 4 of 4. Gurka now with 24 points. Today's game brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine and Fort Financial Credit Union. Check them out.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Welcome to the University of St. Francis, located in the heart of Fort Wayne, Indiana, where the Cougar basketball programs have won 2 national championships and finished runner-up twice since 2010. And the Cougar football program is fresh off a 2016 national championship. USF is a 3-time gold-level Champions of Character institution, one of only 12 NAIA schools to earn that distinction. The University of St. Francis provides you the opportunity to get a great education while competing for championships. The Cougar Marching Pride. St. Francis, 7 of 20 from beyond the arc, shooting 35%. Mount Vernon as 8 of 18 from beyond the arc, shooting 44%. St. Francis has taken 18 free throws to just 9 for Mount Vernon. 8-point advantage here for St. Francis. Carpenter driving against Kissler, goes up with the right and finishes. Carpenter's now 6 of 16 from the field. Kissler, nice bounce pass to Gurka, who finishes. Kara now at 26. Danny. Carpenter's going to be called to travel. Once again, she did that on the opposite side of the floor in the first half. 3:35 left to play in the fourth. Buck. Kick out goes to Gurka. Corner three ball is good for Kara Gurka. An outstanding game she's having. Gurka now 3 of 5 from three-point land. Remember, folks, she ranks number 10 in the country, shooting 48% from three-point land entering today. Turnover by MVNU. Gurka ranks number 11 in the country, shooting 58% from the field. Last year as a true freshman, she was second team all-conference and was the freshman of the year. She's just way too good as she finishes there on the low post. Gurka averaging 17.6 points per game ranks her number 28 in the country. She's got 404 points on the season. Ella Brock, left-hand take. You see how she just stared down Kane the whole time before committing to the cup. Ella Brock, she now has 21. Skip pass to Kistler for three. Lindley Kistler reigning at home for her 10th point of the game. Basista, we're inside 2 minutes to play. Crossover, loses her dribble and coughs it away. St. Francis taking control of this game. Crow being hassled there by Ella Brock as Chandler Jones. There's going to be a blocking foul called on Gregory. Those two have been going hard all game, and Chandler Jones has been winning that matchup. Gregory now with 4 fouls to go with her 8 points. For the most part, though, Gregory, she's had her moments. I'd say overall, been a non-factor in this game thanks to the Cougar bigs. For Chandler now at the free throw line, she's 3 of 6 and 4 of 7. Bounce pass, Ella Brock up top, driving against Buck. Buck looks like she got a hand on that one, did Savannah. Crow, we got 5:15 left in this contest. St. Francis shooting 48% from the field as Crow's going to help that one. Sydney's now got 8 points. So St. Francis going to improve its record now to 15-9 overall, 7-5 in Crossroads League. Mount Vernon Navs will fall to 14-10 overall, 6-6 in the Crossroads League. We'll check out some of the other scores from around the CL. Taylor lost to Marion, 72-54. Goshen losing to Grace, 64-53. And Huntington is beating Spring Arbor, 34-27. So if Huntington holds on to that, the St. Francis will just be in 5th place by itself. So if the Crossroads League tournament were to start tomorrow, St. Francis would be on the road taking on Huntington in the first round. Nationally, though, St. Francis is rated higher than Huntington is. Lob pass. Turnaround right-handed hook shot is good for Rachel Perry. 80-65, the shot clock is off. That should do it here from the hut. A 15-point victory for your Lady Cougars. Outstanding job. So St. Francis, after winning 3 in a row, suffer to Marion on the road. Bounce back for a big victory here at the hut over Mount Vernon Nass. Folks, will head down for some post-game reactions.
Check.
Once again, folks, after these interviews, we will shut this broadcast down. Thank you. And we will be back with you. We'll start up a new broadcast for the men's game here in the second half, but we're getting ready to meet up with Coach Ridge. Coach Ream, congratulations. Great game. Coach Ridge, congratulations, sir. 80-65 victory, a great way of bouncing back after the loss on the road against number 1 ranked Marion in the Crossroads League. But absolutely fantastic. I thought that coming into this game, we had to handle Gregory, and we did a pretty good job defending her down the block.
Yeah, I mean, she's really tough down there. I mean, her size, her length, her ability to shoot the ball is really tough. We don't find a whole lot of players like that at our level. And they surround her with girls who can shoot it and drive it. So, I mean, she's a tough player by herself, and then you add in those other players around her who can knock down shots and really drive the ball, and they really make for some tough matchups. I mean, this was a really tough game for us last year because they had Megan Beidelman, a really nice post player inside, but I don't know. I think we did a decent job defensively. I felt like they got around us a little bit. Really, I think maybe this game was a little bit more about offensive execution and making some plays when we needed to make plays. I'd like to think that as we get older and more experienced, the thing that happened in the second quarter won't happen again. But we had a lot of inexperienced players out there and a lot of weird positions. And luckily for us, they had a chance to learn in a game environment, and we won the game. So all in all, I tell you what, it is really nice to have Kara Gurka on your team.
No doubt about it. Kara, the Crossroads League Freshman of the Year from a year ago, but thought it was a neat matchup here with 2 of the top point guards in the Crossroads League, Ella Brock and Savannah Buck, going after each other. Savannah basically sat out that whole second quarter there with 2 fouls, but came back strong in the third quarter. I felt like she was the difference.
Yeah, I mean, like if you talk about like a most valuable player, like for some people it's like what they produce on the floor, and Savannah obviously produces a lot. I think you can also tell how valuable a player is like how does the team play when she's not on the floor. And when Savannah got in foul trouble there in the second quarter, it hurt us because she's so good at controlling so many things out on the floor. She's so good at talking and understanding defensive matchups and who we need to get out on and who not. You know, she's not afraid to take big shots. She's not afraid to make the big play. And sometimes that means she messes up, but Savannah plays with no fear. And, I think, we'll go back and watch this film, but we were starting to execute there in the fourth quarter and get rolling, and they took away one of our first options, and Savannah just naturally sends a player through, sets up for the main action we're looking for, and it leads to a Kara Gurka 3. So, those kinds of things, like she fills the stat sheet. She does a lot of things. She rebounds, she gets her assists, and she scores and all of that stuff, but she does a lot of things that are immeasurable too, and that stands out as one, and just her overall toughness on the floor. She's a real tough kid. I'm really glad she's on my team, and Danny Ellerbrock's a nice player too, but I take Savannah Buck any day of the week.
Absolutely, Coach. Coming up this Wednesday, a rematch with Taylor University. Obviously, that was a tough game in Upland the first time around. They're a strong team, one of the tops in the Crossroads League. They did lose to Marion today, but just talk about what you're looking forward to seeing on Wednesday.
I mean, anytime you start talking about Taylor, you got to talk about Kendall Bradbury because she's an outstanding player. I mean, I don't know I've ever seen a player that was so good at so many things offensively. And, I mean, we've had a hard time guarding her every year that she's been here. And I think one of the things that also stands out about them is that they're very well coached, and they know how to not only use her but the other players around her. Josie Cobb is an excellent player. They got the twins down there. I mean, Cassidy Wise, they are a really, really good basketball team that's really well coached. You know, I think even some of their losses they had at the beginning of the year were probably just from having a new coaching staff in place, but they're rolling right now. They're playing well, and I mean, they really handed it to us the last time we played them. So, I mean, we're gonna have to play well to beat them.
All right, Coach, well, congratulations, Coach Jason Ridge. And we're going to go try to grab Chandler.
Sure.
Folks, to stick with us real quick, we're going to talk with Chandler Jones, a sophomore for St. Francis. Chandler finished with 8 points today. Got to the free throw line early and often. She finished 4 of 7 from the charity stripe, 2 of 3 from the field. But really the defense that she was able to put on the fabulous freshman from MVNU and Tyler Gregory really helped set the tone in today's game. So Gregory, once again, you're going to see her on that all-freshman team. I've seen almost all the teams in the Crossroads League. Talk to me in a month, but she looks like she might be the Crossroads League Player of the Year. So Chandler Jones, congratulations. Great game today. I felt like Tyler Gregory was going to be a factor in this game, and really you guys took her out of her game, it really felt like. So just what was it like going up against Gregory, the freshman, in that matchup?
We just try and make sure we focus on kind of containing her. It's hard to stop a player like that. Your goal is just kind of keep them below what they average. It helps having some more size with Lindley Kistler playing with us again, so she helps us defensively match up with those bigger players too.
Talk about that second quarter. I know Savannah was on the bench with 2 fouls. She only played 6 minutes in that first half. But what do you feel like the Cougars needed to do a little bit better in the second quarter there? I think we were outscored like 20-5.
Yeah, we had a stretch there that we just kind of got unorganized with. We had some players that getting more minutes than what they're used to, and having our point guard off in foul trouble and Kara Gurka also in foul trouble kind of messes with the flow of our offense, and we kind of got to learn to push through that and calm ourselves down a little bit when they pressure us like that.
You know, do you feel more comfortable? You can guard anybody on the floor. We see you on the perimeter or down the block. Do you have a preference or whatever it takes to help the team win?
I just want to do whatever it takes to help my team. Coach will give me a matchup, and I try and do my best I can in that. Defensively, we switch a lot, so everybody ends up everywhere, and we do a good job communicating that, so everybody helps each other out.
That's nice to have, too. Talk about Taylor coming up on Wednesday. One of the stronger teams in the Crossroads League. I was a little bit surprised by the score when you guys went down to Upland, Indiana, but Kendall Bradbury is a good player. I know we've got great players. What are you expecting this time around on Wednesday?
I feel like it's going to be a lot different of a game. We did not play well when we went over there. Give credit to them; they're a great team. But we just had an off game, and we've been in a better flow recently, so I think it'll be much closer than what.
Well, congratulations, Chandler. Once again, that's Chandler Jones. 8 points today, got to the free throw line, had a few block shots, played great defense as she always does. We'll go over some of these final stats for you. MVNU shooting 48% from the field, 44% from beyond the arc, and 56% from the free throw line. Their leading scorer was Danny Ellerbrock with 21 points. Natalie Carpenter had 17. And then Taylor Gregory, the freshman, finished with 8 points. St. Francis was led by Kara Gurka with 31 points. Imagine that. Lindley Kistler had 14 and Savannah Buck with 13. So 12 of those for Savannah came from beyond the arc. Folks, thanks so much for joining us. St. Francis Lady Cougars with the big victory. We're going to switch over and get you the men's game. My name is Jeff Mahoney, and that was Sean Boswell on camera. Thanks for joining us.